I'm not going to hurt myself patting myself on the back, but I may hurt myself patting myself on the back. Because I told you that we asked the question all offseason, is this the year? The year that the league figures out how to actually beat the Chiefs. And I don't know if this will be the entire year or if it's just the beginning of a year in which there's been 2 straight games. Now, there's also been 2 straight games, and this is kind of interesting. There's also been 2 straight games where the Chiefs have been victims of the other side of officiating. For the last however many years, 6, 7 years, there's been the running conspiracy theory that Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, they must have pictures of somebody because they get every call. And now you saw some false starts that were not called against the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. Last week there was what appeared to be a pretty obvious hold on the game-winning touchdown pass from Justin Herbert, also not called. So the Chiefs fans who have forever been annoying with what do you mean we get calls? Now they don't get calls 2 weeks in a row, and you would think we said the Lord's name in vain and gave him the finger. Here's Chris Jones, defensive lineman, star for the Kansas City Chiefs, on the no calls on false start.
Sometimes can't get them all the calls right, and just because we see it, sometimes the official is 15, 20 feet away. Sometimes it can miss those small things, and we think he jumped multiple times. So an official didn't see it, so it wasn't called, and we just got to go play the next down.
Is that something you guys have seen on tape before as you prepared for this? Does that happen sometimes?
It happens. People jump all the time. It's just, if the officials see it, they'll call it. I don't think they've seen it, those few plays, and we didn't get a call.
Okay, so that was on the tush push. There were 2 plays on the tush push where the Eagles appeared to jump. And now one of them, the Chiefs looked like they jumped as well, but still wasn't called. Wasn't called. And I understand that you can use the old coach speak. You make your own luck. And good teams get calls, bad teams don't get calls. But it is weird that how now they're right there on the border. And look, there's other things that went into losing the game, but they don't get those important calls 2 weeks in a row. I thought it's not an indictment of Travis Kelce, but it's a play where you can go, God, he looked a little old on it. Was the interception, which I think carried him sort of into the end zone, right? Where Kelce's open, it's at the end of the third quarter. It was a magnificent drive by the Chiefs. 14 plays. They get right down there and throw a little slant to Travis Kelce, and it just felt like he was, 2-3 inches behind in terms of speed where he normally would be. And so the ball was it was in his reach, but not perfectly in his reach. And then he had it, but didn't have it. And it bobbles up in the air, and it's like a Keystone Cops thing. And suddenly the defense comes down with it. Like, that's an indictment. That's what age looks like. You're not incapable of playing. You're just not capable of doing all the things you used to do consistently, and the things you do, you're going to do just a little bit slower. I mean, if you watch Aaron Rodgers yesterday, and obviously he's much older than Travis Kelce, but some of the same stuff where, he looks young in the face, he moves pretty well, but he's just not moving as well. Here's Andy Reid when he was asked about those same tush-push false starts.
If guys are moving early, then you've got to call that. So they'll go back and look at that and see what their evaluation is of it. It could be different than mine. I felt like the guys were moving. That's why I was griping about it, and on the sideline there. So it's sometimes people see things different. So we'll see where it goes. They'll have a chance to evaluate it, and I'll be curious to see what the response is.
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought that was a very measured way of saying it for a head coach. Here's Nick Sirianni, always measured, head coach of the Eagles, on those complaints by the Chiefs about the tush push.
Listen, I fuss at the referees at times when I think it goes one way, and I would expect them to do the exact same thing. So yeah, it was just a good effort because, you know, when you're running that play, everyone knows you're running that play. So there's something pretty cool about being able to execute a play when you know exactly what's coming, and it just speaks to the volumes of our guys. We work our butts off on it. First of all, it's all about the guys, right? It's all about the guys up front, the tight ends, Jalen, the timing of everything. I obviously won't get into all the things that we do to prepare for it, but, you know, it's not an easy play to practice, but our guys do a great job of simulating it as much as we possibly can. You know, during practice, during walkthroughs, different things like that. Creativity by our coaches to find ways to do that. As you can see, teams are going to do everything they can possibly do to stop it. So you can see, you know, some of the things. I won't get into that either. I don't want to give any other teams a clue to what they were doing, but you know, and we're prepared for all those things, and the guys are prepared for all those things. But I think it always comes down to those guys up front, and Jalen. Have had a lot of success with that play, and you know we'll continue to use it to our advantage.
So my guess would be that from this point forward, the league gets it, and they're going to be super tight with the false start calls on the Eagles. Much like last year this time, there was the film out on the Chiefs and their left tackle being essentially in the backfield, and those were called a bunch in the rest of the season. But let's not get it twisted. Those were missed calls. Chiefs still could have won the game. Ball was in Travis Kelce's hand right around the 1 yard line, and the ball bounced up, carried up in the air, and it got intercepted. Let's not make excuses. I know the Chiefs have been in those close games for years, and this is the first year where 2 games in, they're losing them. So let's not mistake ourselves into thinking that the refs are the reason that the Chiefs are 0-2. Some of it you make your own breaks. Some of it just a team that's better will get a break or two. Some of it is at some point they had to get a bad whistle with the officiating. And then you factor in some of the injuries they've had, suspension they have at wide receiver. And I don't know. My question all offseason was, is this the year that the league has caught up to the Chiefs? They have the Giants on the road, the Ravens at home, the Jaguars on the road, the Lions at home, the Raiders at home, the Commanders at home. So for the most part, you have your tougher teams, Ravens, Lions, Commanders, of the next 6 at home, which makes them winnable. And the road games are winnable as well. But right now you just got to get one to get on the board and get rolling, because with every loss, your probability of making the playoffs decreases. And with every loss, suddenly it will feel and probably become a reality that you won't get as many calls.